Moving on, 24-year-old Hadiya, who converted to Islam to marry, testified before India's top court today and said she wants her freedom and her husband to take care of her. The Supreme Court has ordered that Hadiya be removed from her parents' custody and rejoin her college for further studies. The dean of the college will be Hadiya's guardian. The next date of hearing is fixed for the third week of January. In a sensational twist, the National Investigation Agency, which submitted a 100-page report, linked Hadiya's husband, Shafin Jahan, to ISIS, calling him a recruiter for the terror group. Remember, Hadiya's case sparked a massive debate over individual liberties and so-called love jihad. Hadiya's father had moved the Kerala High Court, saying her daughter was trapped by Islamic radicalization. Of the Kerala High Court struck down Hadiya and Shafin's marriage, calling it a sham. But the husband moved the Supreme Court.
And we are happy that she has been permitted to continue her studies, and her marriage, which has been set aside by the High Court, has not been stayed at all. So there is no marriage as of now. She will continue with her studies. We are happy with that.
For more on this story, I'm joined by WION's correspondent Jessica Taneja. Jessica, take us through what all happened in the courtroom today.
Well, Raghavendra, a lot of drama accompanied by some serious charges, both by the National Investigation Agency as well as Hadiya's father, and then the lawyers defending Hadiya and her husband Shafin Jahan. But to cut the story short, Raghavendra, there are important questions that the bench of the Apex Court has highlighted today. For example, there were questions about the spouse trying to or being affiliated to an agency which tried to indoctrinate her, or whether several cases like these have already been witnessed in Kerala. That also, according to the National Investigation Agency, which says that 89 such similar cases have been recorded in Kerala, and they really would want that this case also be looked under that light and not be left alone. But the important aspects of consent and autonomy of a woman were difficult, questions in the Apex Court. There were scathing charges from both sides, but let's understand on what the petitioners had wanted. Initially, Raghavendra, at least 2 hours into the hearing, the Apex Court couldn't decide whether they should listen to Hadiya or whether they should first set parameters. To an extent, they even went on to say that this is the first of its kind case, and the CJI himself referred to the case, saying that all three judges, Justice Khalvinkar, Justice Chandrachud, as well as CJI Justice Deepak Mishra, was also saying that we've been justices of high courts for so long, and we've seen hundreds of cases, but this is one of a kind. To what extent can we go and question a woman's autonomy? Is this real, or is there something more to it? Can you devalue a human being's life?
Right. Thank you so much, Jessica, for joining us with those updates. Moving on.